I'm Colin with Agriland, and I'm here at the National Ploughing Championships with Philip Maguire from the Wicklow Cheviot Sheep breeders. Wicklow sheep, how are they doing this year? Conditions I know aren't great around the country, but maybe this sheep breed is more suited to that kind of a weather. Philip.
Well, they are, Colin, they're a traditional breed, mostly found in County Wicklow, but in the surrounding counties, typically found on the mountain areas of Wicklow and South Dublin and Carlow, maybe North Wexford. But as I say, they're a traditional breed, well used to hills, well used to outdoor conditions, and they're fairly hardy for those type of areas.
And so the Wicklow Cheviot, Philip, what other kind of characteristics would the breed have then?
Well, they're a good big sheep, as you can see. They're, hardy for the hills, and they're excellent mothers. Absolutely great mothers, and they play their role in the whole sheep industry in Ireland. They're great when they're crossed with, say, for example, a Suffolk ram to produce a kind of a Suffolk cross, which is an excellent lamb either for meat or for Suffolk Cross hoggets make premium prices at our sales for further breeding.
And so, so a good mix of a good mothering as well will come into it, and then when mixed, you'd get that more sturdy lamb then as well. So, has there been a good display of lambs this year then? Particularly maybe at the marts, would they be fetching good prices then, Philip?
Yeah, it's been an excellent year for the Cheviots. Obviously, you get a wide range depending on your budget or depending on what type you want, but certainly on the upper end, we've had yo lambs making over €250 each. And the Hogged Yo is selling very well. Our recent show and sale in Blessington, for example, there was a number of pens of Cheviot Yos made over €300. And 3 and 4 year old Yos are making up to around €230.
So the show would be a success each year, but would there be any other shows around the country that the Wicklow Cheviot would be quite popular in?
Yeah, well, other shows be, again, in the Wicklow area, there'd be Carnew, Baltinglass, other places like that. The Wicklow Cheviot is actually quite popular as well up in Donegal, and there's other pockets around the west and in certain mountainous areas where you will come across the Wicklow Cheviot sheep.
So yeah, so you'd have a good interest from all across the country, just maybe from those areas that are a bit tougher maybe to be grazing sheep on, but the Wicklow Cheviot will be more suitable for those areas then.
She would be, absolutely, and in harsh winter conditions they can survive pretty well outside, and in the east of Ireland where we often can get snow, and again, even like times during the beast from the east and bad snows that we've had, that you'll find that the Wicklow Cheviot Yo can withstand outdoor lambing and whatnot,
And Philip, just a little while ago, I understand the Wicklow Cheviot, a few of them were used at the international sheepdog trials in Wicklow. Was that a good choice for the organisation to make to use the breed?
Absolutely, we got nothing but praise for the standard of sheep that were used at the dog trials. But really at dog trials what they're looking for is uniformity, so it's more or less the same sheep for every competitor. And thanks to one of our fellow breeders, Andy Corrigan, he was able to supply a range of Wicklow Cheviot Yos, and I think they performed pretty well for the dog handlers. Yeah.
And they all behaved, and I'm sure they're all well trained. They're all used to sheepdogs, or was it their first time?
Yeah, they'd be used to sheepdogs, but they responded pretty well. They're that type of sheep that they'll test the dog, and so that's what the handlers wanted, though, to be tested on a course. So ultimately, the best handler would win.
And Philip, you mentioned uniformity there. Would the Yos that we have here, would they be kind of showing off that uniformity? What are we looking at here then? Are they the best of the bunch, really?
Yeah, well, we have a great sample here of Cheviot Yos. They're a good big Yo. They've excellent wool, and they're a good size. So that's what you're looking for in a good Cheviot Joe.
And so if anyone is coming along to have a look at the ewes here, maybe they might be coming back at a date maybe later in the year or next year to look into the Wicklow Cheviot. Any upcoming sales or shows to
Absolutely. Well, every Tuesday there's sales on, for example, in Blessington and other marts such as Baltinglass, Carnew. We'll always have Cheviot Sheep. And on the 7th of October we have our ram sale, or ram show and sale, which is the big event for the Cheviot Sheep. And then for the 2 Saturdays after the 7th, on the 14th and the 21st, there'll be Cheviot rams on offer as well.
And so you'd be, I suppose, keen to get people to maybe look into a native Irish breed, which I suppose it's not too common if people are opting for other maybe continental breeds.
They are, but I think the Cheviot sheep have their place, as I say, in the Irish sheep industry. So they play a role, particularly in sort of upland areas. Yeah.
Oh no, Philip, thanks very much for telling us about the lovely selection you have here. And yeah, thanks. Back to Agriland then.